Okay, today we are going to try out another question, a past paper question from year 2018. So this question is from part 2 accounting, and altogether this have 12 marks. Okay, so by this time we should be able to answer this question, and if we can answer this kind of question, then that means we are in good shape. Okay, so we can simply get 12 marks. So if you look at this question, even though it is from accounting area, these things are things that you have to sort of like study and by heart. Because what is an asset? That is a definition. Okay, so you should sort of like by heart. Api padan karanna vena to answer that kind of questions. Okay, so the question number 5, the first point, A, what is an asset? Okay, so asset is a resource controlled by the business as a result of past transaction and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow into the business. So that is the definition. So let me write it. Asset is a resource controlled by the business as a result of what? As a result of past transaction and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow. Okay, so that is the answer. Asset is a resource controlled by the business as a result of past transaction and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow. So then we are going to part B of the first point. Write the principle of the double entry to relevant to equity accounts. So they are asking the double entry principle relevant to equity account. Double entry principle. What is the double entry principle? In double entry principle, we discuss that we will be debiting and crediting two accounts in the same amount. Okay. So for a single transaction, there will be a debit entry and credit entry in the same amount. Okay. So double entry for the equity accounts. First one is increase in equity. Okay. Let's take decrease in equity. Decrease in equity. Next one is what? Increasing equity. So those are the two things that can happen. So if equity is decreasing, should it be debit or credit? If the equity is decreasing, we have to debit it. Okay, we have to debit it. Whereas if equity is increasing, we have to credit it. So these things you need to know. Other accounting principles also we need to know. So if it is asset, what is happening? Okay, if it is expense, what is happening? If it is income, what is happening? If it is equity, what is happening? If it is a liability, what is happening? So this is about the accounting elements and then the double entry principle. Okay. Okay. Then let's move on to the second one. Okay. They're asking, following are the two transactions occur in a furniture shop. So this is a furniture shop. Purchasing an executive chair for 20,000 for the use of the manager. So the important thing here is it's for the use of the manager. So let me underline it. So if it is used for the manager, then what is the source document? That is journal voucher. Because this is not for the resale, this is for the use of the manager. And you have to record it in the general journal. General journal. Then the second one, selling a table for rupees 15,000 to Kasun on credit. Selling a table of rupees 15,000 on Kasun on credit. But here, now, this is a furniture shop. So they have sold a table and as well as on credit. Okay. So then we have to record it in sales journal. So if it is sales journal, what is the source document? That is sales invoice. So now, as you are preparing for the exam, what you can do is you can prepare a little short note where you can mention all the prime entry books and the source documents. Okay, prime entry book and source document, and keep it in a place where it is visible. Okay, so that's it. And then we are going to the next part. That is a point number 3. Following are the some transactions occurred in Samantha's business, which sells electric equipment for month ended 31st Jan 2018. Obtaining a bank loan of 100,000, purchasing electric equipment of 15,000, paying 800 to creditors in cash, selling a stock of equipment for 40,000, which cost 25,000, withdrawing of rupees 5,000 in cash by Samantha for his personal use. So these are the transactions. And now they are asking, indicate how each of about transaction influenced the accounting equation. So this is about accounting equation. So use the following format in answering. First transaction has been done for you. So they have given you a format and they have given you even the answer for the first one. So since I am using Excel here, I cannot use plus. I mean, when I use plus, there will be a, I mean, it will not be visible. Therefore, I will not mention the plus mark. But when you are recording it, you have to record it as plus or minus. Okay. If it is plus plus, then if it is minus minus. So obtaining a bank loan of rupees 100,000. So they have received 100,000 in cash, and bank loan has also increased by 100,000. Then let's try out the second one. Purchasing electric equipment of rupees 50,000 on credit. Okay. Purchasing electric equipment of rupees 50,000 on credit. Now, what is this business? Samantha business which sells electric equipment. Okay. His business is selling electric equipment. That is the important thing. And now he has purchased electric equipment. Okay, then it will go to where? It will go to furnitures and equipment or stock. Where should it go? Okay, it will be going under stock account because his business is electric equipments and he has purchased electric equipments. Okay, so electric equipment stock is going 50,000 going up. Okay, you have to mention it as plus. And then what is happening on credit? He has bought it on credit. So because of that, creditors is also going up by 50,000. Then paying rupees 800 to creditors in cash. Okay. Then what is happening? Cash is going down by 8,000, and then creditors are also going down by 8,000. So here they are not asking about the double entry principle. Okay. I mean, it's more like you have to understand if when you are taking a transaction, to which category it belongs. With I mean, what is the class of that accounting element? Okay. Then if it is debit and credit, then double entry principle, right? Then we are going to the fourth one, selling a stock of electric equipment for rupees 40,000, which cost rupees 25,000. Okay. Selling a stock of equipment for 45,000. So what has happened? stock is going down by, sorry, cost is 25,000. Okay. So stock is going down by 25,000. Selling a stock of electric equipment for rupees 40,000. Then he is receiving 40,000 in cash. Okay. Then what happened? What happens here? Now you have bought it for 25,000, then you are selling it for 40,000. Then you are having an income of what? You are selling it for 40,000, whereas it cost only 25,000. Then you have a income of 15,000. Okay. So if you look at here, you will see here the total is 15,000, whereas here the total is 15,000. So it's balance. And then withdrawing 5,000 in cash by Samantha for his personal use. That is a drawing. Then what is happening? So your cash is going down by 5,000, whereas your equity in the business is also going down by 5,000. Okay. Then this is finished. Then they're asking the what is the value of the following items of the Samantha's business as at 31st Jan 2018. Okay, they're asking about the current assets. So what are the current assets here? They're the stock and the cash. So let's add them all and see. It's 2,47,000. Then they're asking about the non-current assets, which is 1,60,000. Okay. Then they're asking about the current liabilities. So current liabilities mainly include the creditors. Okay. Usually bank loan is usually considered as a long-term liability. And non-current liability is the bank loan, which is 100,000. Okay. Okay. Then let's move on to the next question. Following are the few transactions occurred in Tushara's retail business for the month of May 2018. Okay, let's look at them. Purchasing 20 tea packs from Samira at 200 each on credit 5% trade discount was given. Okay, then purchasing 20 eggs at rupees 15 each in cash. Purchasing 100 box of matches from Pahan at rupees 5 each on credit. Purchasing computer table of rupees 25,000 from Techno Trader on credit. Okay. Now they are asking to prepare what? Prepare the purchase journal of the Tushara's business for the month of May 2018. Now here we have 4 transactions. Okay, and they are asking to prepare the purchase journal. When they ask us to prepare the purchase journal, the important thing that we should remind is we should record tradable, okay, the goods bought for the purpose of trade. Okay, that is you are buying and selling. Okay, then on credit. Okay, and these has to be taken on credit. So only that type of transactions will be recorded in purchase journal. One thing, it has to be on credit. The next thing is it has to be on it has to be tradable goods. And then they are asking to post the information in the purchase journal to the ledger account as at 31st May 2018. So they are asking us to prepare the purchase journal and post these transactions to the ledger account. Okay. Okay. So take a couple of minutes and look at it now. Which transactions out of these should be recorded in the purchase journal? Which transactions out of these should be recorded in the purchase journal? First, second, third, fourth. Should we record all four of them in the purchase journal? Or should we record some of them which have the... Okay. So we have four transactions in this question, okay, and we need to choose which are relevant to the purchase journal. We have four transactions. So tricky way is you might think all of these will be recorded in the purchase journal and incorrectly recorded. Now I told now there are several conditions to be made. Okay, one thing is these transactions should be on credit basis. Next thing, okay, it should be tradable goods that are goods bought for reselling. They're buying and selling it. Okay, well, let's look at the first one. So on May 3rd, purchasing 20 tea packets from Samira at rupees 200 each on credit. Okay. Now this is a retailing business. So purchasing 20 tea packets from Samira at 200 each on credit, that makes little sense. I mean, that should be recorded under the purchase uh, journal. So let's record it. May 2018. Invoice number 612 and supply is Samira. Okay, now the tricky thing here is what is the value? What is the value? 200 each, we have 20. Okay, should it be 4,000? Should it be 4,000? Now there is a 5% trade discount. Okay, the trade discounts we are not recording it in our account. So ideally, the value should be 3,800. Then the second one is purchasing 20 eggs at rupees 15 each in cash. Okay, 20 eggs, rupees 15,000, so rupees 15 each in cash. So that is in cash. So we will be not recording it. Okay. Then purchasing 100 box of matches from Pahan at rupees 5 each on credit. Okay. So that we have to record. So 305. So it's the supply is Pahan. Supply is Pahan. Now look at this. Okay, look at this question. Now in year 2018, okay, tea packet has been about 200, whereas one egg has been around 15 rupees. Okay, and box of matches around 5 rupees. Look at the prices today after 7 years. Okay, eggs prices have almost like not double, triple, right? And matches, I don't think you can buy a box of matches for rupees 10. And purchasing a computer table for rupees 25,000 from Techno Traders on credit. Okay. Now look here, purchasing a computer table of rupees 25,000 from Techno Trader on credit. So they have bought it on credit. Okay. But it is a computer table and this is a retail shop. So this will not be recorded because this is not a tradable good. So we will not record it. Okay. So let's add them. Okay. So purchasers account, we have to debit it to purchasers account at the month end. Now we have to, they're asking the post the information in the purchase journal to the ledger accounts as at 31st May 2018. Okay, so we have to post these into the ledger account. So let's create the purchasers account first. Purchasers account. So we have to debit the purchase account. Okay, we have to debit the purchase account. 31st, fine. That's the heart. So these are creditors. Value is 4,300. Okay. Then the next one is we have the Samira's account, who is a creditor. Samira transaction එක කවද්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? So it has been happened on 3rd May 2018. Purchases account. That is the account we are debiting. Amount is 3,800. And the next one on Pahan 18. There is also purchases account, which is 5,000. Okay, with that, we conclude the question. So if you get this right, you should be able to get 12 marks. Okay, last week also we discussed a question. Okay, we discussed this question last week, where you get altogether 8 marks. Okay, so we should be able to do all these things by now. And it's not a very difficult question. Only thing is we have to be thorough with what we studied, and we have to learn and like study again and again, so we will not forget it. So let me pause the video and ask you few questions.